Alright people, what's going on? Space Cowboy here. Welcome back to the channel with another video for you guys today. Before we begin, please make sure to hit this video with a like. You guys have been doing a fantastic job with liking the videos, and I'm very grateful for that, so keep it up. Also, subscribe if you're new to the channel. About 95-96% of you guys watching aren't subscribed. And if you want to get more Dallas Cowboys content from me, or you enjoy what you're seeing, please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And finally, hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live or post new content. With that out of the way, we're continuing our position evaluation series for the 2020 Dallas Cowboys, and we're reaching the linebackers today. If you missed out on the other episodes, there's a playlist for all of the episodes in this series, which I will be linking right now at the top right of the screen with a card. Go ahead and check out the other episodes, get caught up before you come back here so you know what we're at right now. So, if you're all caught up, let's continue. Linebackers. Now, the Cowboys have a plethora of linebackers, but, you know, considering the fact that it's not as much as the other position groups, such as offensive linemen and defensive linemen, notably so, because, you know, you don't need to have as many linebackers as defensive linemen in this instance. But, with that being said, it all starts with this. Leighton Vander Esch, Jalen Smith. Together, when they're fully healthy and nothing's wrong, they are, if not the best linebacking duo in the league, okay? The reason why I say this is because the way they play complements them, and I think that it's extremely important that the Cowboys add solid depth around them, because in 2019 was a pure example of this. When Leighton went out, the Cowboys were sitting at 6-4, if I remember correctly. I know the Cowboys had a winning record when he had left, but once he got hurt and he wasn't on the football field, the Cowboys defense was not playing at the level it should have been playing. And I think that that's something that we very much missed, because we saw Jalen struggle without Leighton. Now, we haven't seen Leighton play without Jalen, and that's something we need to note, because we don't know how he can play without him. But the key thing is that we need Leighton Vander Esch to be healthy in order for this defense to be at the level it is. Now, there will be people that will say, like, well, you know, if you look back in 2018, you know, the Cowboys linebackers really didn't do us any good because of the playoff game versus the Rams, and they got gashed by the run. Now, this is the problem. You can't blame the linebackers because the defensive line did not get the job done, okay? Because the linebackers should not be primarily responsible for stopping the run. That's your defensive line, okay? Your defensive tackles and other defensive ends and this, that, and the third should be stopping the run at that first level. Yes, I understand you're not going to have the ability to do it every single time, but I've always seen people try to get on the linebackers like, oh, why can't they stop the run? It's because, you know, their main job is to be that second level of defense, and if your first level of defense continually fails, there's only so much the linebacking core can do, right? I should also add the side note here that we don't know what Mike Nolan has planned on defense. So what I mean by that is we don't know to the full extent of what plays are going to be 3-4 and what plays are going to be 4-3, but we know that it's more or less going to be a 4-3 type of scheme. But with that in mind, the fact that we're looking at having some flexibility within the system will help everybody on defense as well, okay? The fact that we have that ability now to not be rigid and play to all of our players' strengths will very much so increase the effectiveness of our defense, okay? Meaning, look, if we're going to have plays where Jalen's being your designated pass rusher and you're going to make him blitz, that's very good, okay? You know, because he's done a very good job when he's been given the chance to do that. If we're doing a situation where we're running 4-3, you know, and you want to do the coverages and stuff like that, I know I'm speaking very loosely here because that's not the conversation we're having here. We're more so talking about the players. But if you have those situations, guess what? You have Leighton in coverage who does very much well. I mean, you look at the play style and the way that Jalen and Leighton play off of one another. They have different play styles which mesh so damn well that really, if both of them are on the football field, the Cowboys defense goes from, like, I don't know, like a B to like an A. It's like they have the glue to the defense, as most linebackers are that, right? They're the ones that call out the plays. I mean, that's what Jalen does, this, that, and the third. But You know, and then you look at the guys behind him. You got Sean Lee, who's been that experienced vet that's been helping these guys, you know, grow. You have a guy in Luke Gifford who, yeah, he got hurt last year, and I really was looking forward to him because he looked very well. So if he can develop more, I can definitely see him making plays. And then you got like guys like Justin March and Joe Thomas, who've made plays well, not only just on the defense but on special teams too. So with all this in mind, I really do think that the Cowboys have a very good linebacking core, especially when everybody's fully healthy. And I also want to add that I understand that with the grades I'm giving, they're relatively high, but you got to realize when you look at the talent that this team has, it's really hard to go any lower than a C because of how talented each of these guys are. And I'll be honest, you know, that's the honest to God truth. I think a lot of people have been being misguided when it comes to looking at the Cowboys roster, because a lot of people want to say it's worse than it is, but really it's a lot better than what it showcases on the football field. And I just think they just haven't been unlocked, like the potential hasn't been unlocked. Okay, so with all this in mind, I will tell you this. I would say that the linebackers, in my opinion, get somewhere between an A minus, maybe upwards to an A. Why is it so high? Because when everyone is playing at their highest level and when everything's good to go, and with what we've seen, the Cowboys linebackers are a tremendous force on this team, specifically on defense, when they're healthy and doing their thing. So with that in mind, I do believe that the Cowboys have a pretty good set of players here at this position group, and I do think that if all things work out with this coaching staff, they can definitely see a tremendous improvement in play with these guys. Now, with that being said, I really do hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it was relatively short because guess what? When you're only talking about like 5-6 linebackers, you know, there's only so much you could say. So if you can, leave in the comment section down below how you feel about the Cowboys linebackers and what they can and can't do. How you feel about that? Like, where do you grade them? This, that, and the third. Go ahead and put that down there. Finally, if you enjoyed today's video and you made it to the end, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Do whatever you got to do because you don't want to miss out on more content from me. With that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will be seeing you guys later. Peace out, guys. Bye-bye.